Shabbat Shalom, brothers and sisters. This is part 2 to irrefutable proof and compelling evidence to Elder Apostle Tahar here that there were fallen angels and they did come and sow giants in the earth, which is now dead as far as the body go, but their spirit is still roaming on through the earth. Okay. I did part 1 to this particular series right here, these 2 videos, part 1 and part 2. I would urge you guys to check out part 1 so you can get a better understanding as to what I am telling you and what I'm showing you in the scriptures to debunk what Elder Apostle Tahar has to say about this particular situation that, you know, is like the book of Enoch is pseudo. You know, in other words, it's not, basically it's fiction. Okay, that's basically what it boils down to. You understand? And here in part 2, you know, I'm bringing about actual pictures of spirits. Some may be angels, some are the disembodied spirits of the giants that once roamed this earth, which are now called demons. Let's get into the rest of these pictures and then you'll pretty much be able to make your mind up, you know, basically to think what you want. Now here is a picture with me going down Smith Road. There's hardly any light out there at all at night. You understand? Me getting off of work here. As I was driving, you know, heading south right here, I happened to look up and this is what was in the clouds right here. You bring them in a little bit more. I know it could be a little dark. That's better. You see, this is what I'm talking about. You see, now, I honestly don't know if this could be an actual soul of a giant or not. But nevertheless, it is a spirit. It could be an angel. I'm not really sure. You know, but like I said in the first video to this, I said, I think angels, they wear some sort of type of helmet. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Let's go to the next picture. Here's the particular picture I'm referring to right here. Okay. Now, as you can see right here, this particular one that showed up, it seems to be like he's wearing a helmet. And this is like the third one that I've seen that looked like this. Okay. Out on a highway in broad daylight one Saturday, I was looking over in a tree. I didn't happen to have my camera, you know, because I would have took the picture. And it was one in a tree, and the thing was huge. And he had like a helmet type thing on that looks like this. And probably about a month to 2 months ago, one happened to be, you know, visit, you know, in our bedroom over in the corner. And he was wearing something like this, you know, like a helmet, like, you know. So this is the reason why I believe that these could be some kind of like ancient like helmets, you know what I mean, for whatever reason. I don't know, but it's just like, this is what it looks like, you know. I'm liking this to like the angels wearing some sort of helmet, because I've seen them, you know what I mean. This is the third one I've seen like this, you know. Let's continue. Now here's a rug and you can see the faces, you understand. They are all nested in carpets, in rugs, you know, and this happens to be a place of business, you know. But the thing is this, not to try to shock any of you guys, but they are even in our homes and our rugs as well. Okay, they are everywhere. They are everywhere. See, this is what I'm talking about with Elder Apostle Tahar and a street teacher, the one I brought up in the other video. At the beginning of the video, just go in the part 1 of this, and you'll see the way they think. You know, I don't understand these guys with all the biblical knowledge that they have, you know, about the Most High's word, that they can try to debunk the existence of the what the fallen angels came here and did in their prodigy. I just don't understand it, you know. Let's go to the next one. Now this is one that like I said, this happened. I think I took this back in 2019 right here, and it was across a dark highway, and I had to brighten the thing up. It was about 4:30 in the morning, and I had to brighten it up, and this is what it came out when I brightened it up, because I could see something over there. It looked like it was just moving around, and this is what you would call a minotaur, maybe even a centaur. I don't know, but it's not all human, you know. And the fallen angels, the angels themselves that, you know, came here and transgressed the Most High's laws and rules, you understand, we are made in the image of them. You remember the Most High said that, come and let us make man in our image. You know what I mean? He meant, you know, we're made in their image. And so for every animal that these fallen angels mingled themselves with, their seed, however way they did it, you know what I'm saying, or their progeny, the giants did it, you know, well, they tend on to take on like man form and man's and animals characteristics. Okay, let's go to the next one. Now you guys see this thing up in this tree right here, okay? And we were down in Tennessee, back south, and we were visiting my mother-in-law's gravesite. It happened to start getting very, very dark, and it was time to get out of there. But I happened to just be looking around, you know, and looked up in the trees, and voila, I saw this thing right here. There are other ones over here, you know what I mean, but this is the most one that stood out right here. I don't know what to make of it, you know. And then when you look at it, it's like you see this head right here, and the eyes, nose, and these what look like could be some sort of teeth. And the rest of the trees that are around it kind of look like pointed like wings or something. I don't know, man. It's just, it was a sight to see. I can tell you that when I first saw it. You know, this is the reason why I say these guys, does, you know, they say they have the 100% truth. Let me just say this. None of us that's living in the flesh right now have the 100% truth, because if you're saying this because of the Bible itself, we know that the Bible has been tampered with. We know that a lot of books have been removed from the Bible, and the book of Enoch and Jasher are two of them. You understand what I mean? We know that, okay? But the Most High did not allow the enemy to remove a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, you know, the color of the Hamashiach himself, you see. But he did allow the devil just to tell us so much truth. But when he tells us so much truth, he turns around and twists it with a lie. For example, he would say, okay, there are 12 tribes of Israel, okay? But here's where the lie comes in. They are all white. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about, see? So, you know, right now, we do not have 100% truth because we're still in the flesh. And therefore, as long as we're in the flesh, we cannot obtain 100% truth until we're departed from the flesh, and then only then we can have total recall. Okay, 100%. Okay, let's continue. Here is a picture that I took one Sunday morning while me and Joan was sitting up at the table ready to eat breakfast, and looked up and saw this bluish looking big eye figure with this long face staring in our window. Okay, now as you can see, it has no actual mass for like a body. It's just a spirit. You see what I'm talking about? And you see how scary and heinous looking this thing looks. Very, very, you know, frightening looking, you know. So back to Apostle Tahar, he said Esau is just trying to make things spooky. No, this is very, very spooky. That's because it's foreign to us. But somewhere in our DNA, we can relate to these things because our ancestors actually dealt with these things in some way, shape, or form. Okay? That's just what it is. Okay? So yeah, here's just like I said, more evidence to debunk everything that Elder Apostle Tahar was saying at the beginning of the video, part 1. You know, and street teacher as well. You see. Let's continue. Here's another one. Now, it's really not nothing particular about this particular this tree right here, you know, to me, until I was stopped at the side of this street right here. I was heading south here, ready to make a left right here, okay, and looked up, and look what I see, you know. So of course, what I do, I get the camera out. You got to get the camera out on a situation like this. See, I'm drawing them in as much as I can. Try and move them over or whatever. Here he is right here. You see that? Now, I don't believe that's a giant right there. That looks just like some sort of mean looking, very, very mean looking Nephilim. You know what I'm saying? See? And if you look at him, you know, he has all like these faces looking this way, and he got a face here. But all of this right here, you can just see, you know, the nose right here, the eyes, you know, just staring out, looking directly at me in the car. You know what I mean? Looking directly at me. You know, I see him do it a whole lot, you know. But yeah, see, this is more evidence and proof that Elder Apostle Tahar does not know what he's talking about. Okay? Let's continue. Here's another one that was in a tree. You understand? You can just see the way these things look. Again, I don't know if this was an angel. I seriously doubt it. I think right here it was some sort of Nephilim as well. Okay? And again, very, very, very frightening looking. You know? See? Let's move on. This particular one right here happened to be like materialized on top of a building and just was looking over it. You know, I was picking Joan up from work, sitting out in the parking lot, and what do I see? Boom. Standing up over the building. You know, I seen other ones just like this, you know, as well. You know, with the shoulders and all of that, you know. Again, no mask, no flesh mask, no nothing. This is nothing but a spirit right here, a soul of a spirit. Okay? That's what it all boils down to. See? If they're not in the trees, if they're not somewhere lurking on your walls or on your carpet on your house, you know, they in the sky. That's where you see them a lot of times, you know, in the clouds, whether it be day or night. Just like this one right here, you know. I think it's rather amazing to me, man. I'm serious. I really do. I think it's amazing. Because never did I think a million times, you know, in my life that I would ever see something like some of the things that I've seen, you know. This is the reason why, you know, it gets me when I hear people talking about there ain't no such thing as fallen angels or never was any giants or what have you, you know. To even debunk what, you know, Elder Apostle Tahar and Street Teacher have to say about it, you know, okay, we see these things right here, these spirits that I'm showing you of these pictures, you know, in these pictures, what I'm saying. But there are actual bones that has been dug up, you understand, to show where these things died at. Let's see some of those. For example, this happens to be a skull of a Nephilim, okay? Right here, that was found. Do you see the protruding looking, you know, chin right here and the jawline and all that kind of stuff? More than likely, I bet you his nose was pointed, probably almost met like his jaw, but you can see the teeth and everything. They said these things had like double rows of teeth, you know. You can see right here the big, thick, broad bridge and all that kind of stuff. Sloped forehead, goes into like a cone. All of that, you know. This is an actual skull of a Nephilim right here. But yeah, and still you these camps that actually teaches against this, as though it's all lies and fables. And when the scriptures, clearly exposes these things right here to be fact and not fiction. Okay? Let's check out another one. Here's one where they excavated a giant skull right here, and you can see the size of these men that's standing next to it. Okay? Right here. You see this bulldozer, that's digging, has dug up a lot of the remains of these things. You see? More proof. This is physical proof right here. Now, we've looked at the souls of spirits, but we're looking at the physical proof right here. Okay? Let's continue. In ancient Egypt, they actually mixed ancient Egyptians, Kemet, Cush. You understand what I'm saying? The land of Cush actually mixed with the fallen angels. And yeah, they were black people. They were basically from Ham, which is our, cousins. We're Shem, they're Ham, which is basically Africans. Okay? And you can see this particular skull right here. This is not normal right here. Okay? This is not the shape of an ordinary human being's head. And if you go and look at some of the ancient Egyptians, they wore these wraps around their head because they was hiding the way this part of their head was made. Okay? Because they mixed with the seed of the fallen angels. They did that. Okay? That's just what it is. Let's continue. Here's another one right here that these grave robbers was digging up. Now it makes me wonder why they were digging up these bones, man. You know what I'm talking about, of these Nephilim giants and what have you. I like to know. I have a theory though. I wouldn't doubt that they were digging these bones up to get DNA from the bones to clone these things. I really do. I believe that. I wouldn't put it past them, because they're doing all kinds of abominable things just like they always did. But again, here's more proof, physical proof, that these things existed. Somebody will say, oh, these photos was photoshopped or whatever. Well, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can say what you want to say, but I don't understand why anybody would go through all of this trouble just for a lie. Okay? Let's continue. Now here's an actual one of what is said to be a cyclops. One eye in the middle of the forehead. They talked a lot about these too. Here's a skull. You understand? More proof. All day long, all proof. I can go on and on, people. You understand what I'm saying? Basically, my case is proven. I've drove the nail deep, into, the truth here. There's no refuting what I'm saying here. They can say what they want to say, but here's proof of what the Most High said in His Word. And that said, in the Holy Bible, the Old Testament, as well as the book of Enoch. Okay? That's just what it is. So, I'm going to show you guys one more picture, and then we'll continue. We'll go ahead and end this. Now, this is said to be a fossilized body of a Nephilim giant right here. Okay? And as you can see, it's become one with the ground, but the body is still basically well preserved. Okay? Let me show you what looks exactly like it in the spirit that happens to be looking over the roof of my house. Look at that. This happens to be looking over the roof of my house. Okay? And from the way the profile looks, it looks just like that fossilized body of that giant. To me. To me, it's amazing. Okay? So I've pretty much, like I said, I've drove the point home. You know what I'm saying? The guys at GMS and the rest of the guys in these camps, you know, if y'all don't learn anything from this, you're not gonna learn, because maybe you know, doing something else. I don't know. But that's all I got on this one, people. Tell me what you think about this particular video right here. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts, views, and opinions on it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And people, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched. Simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.